Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book.
Critical Thinking, the ultimate tool for taking charge of your mind and your life, by Richard Paul and Linda Elder. Full summary in the voice of a 20-year American inspirational book translator. Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful, most misunderstood, and most life-changing books ever written on the human mind. Critical Thinking, Tools for Taking Charge of Your Professional and Personal Life, by Dr. Richard Paul and Dr. Linda Elder. If you grew up in an exam-oriented education system like most of us in Asia did, you were trained to memorize answers, not to think. You were rewarded for repeating what the teacher said, not for questioning it. But here's the raw truth. Who you become, how far you go, how happy you are, how wisely you love, how much money you make, literally everything in your life is determined on one thing and one thing only: the quality of your thinking. In this age of information explosion, we are drowning in opinions, ads, news, trends, and noise. Without strong critical thinking, we are just little boats lost in an endless ocean, pushed around by every wave of someone else's agenda. Critical thinking is the compass, the engine, and the sail that lets you decide where you actually want to go. Yet, ironically, when critical thinking started becoming a buzzword in Vietnam and across Asia, a lot of people misunderstood it completely. Many now think critical thinking means always argue, never accept anything at face value, find flaws in everyone else's logic, or win every debate. Some people turned into professional contrarians who just love to poke holes in others to feel smart. That's not critical thinking. That's intellectual bullying wearing a fancy mask. So today, with the help of Richard Paul and Linda Elder, two absolute legends who have dedicated their entire lives to this topic, we're going to clear up every misconception, reveal what critical thinking actually is, why it is the highest form of human intelligence, and exactly how you can cultivate it step by step. Richard Paul founded the Foundation for Critical Thinking and was Director of Research at the Center for Critical Thinking. He authored 9 books and over 200 articles. The New York Times, Educational Leadership, and countless academic journals have featured his work. Linda Elder, an educational psychologist, is the executive director of the same foundation and co-authored groundbreaking models on the stages of critical thinking development. Together, they have created the clearest, most practical, and most profound system the world has ever seen for upgrading the human mind. By the end of this summer, you will know: 1. Understand what critical thinking really is and what it is not. 2. Discover the ultimate value of critical thinking, the one that goes far beyond career or money, to learn how to shift your mindset and move to the highest stage of thinking. Master the 7 traits plus 9 intellectual standards that turn ordinary thinking into extraordinary thinking. Let's jump in. Part 1: What critical thinking actually is. Most people get this completely wrong. First, let's destroy a myth. Critical thinking is not the same as criticizing everything and everyone. It is not about being negative, skeptical for the sake of skepticism, or proving others wrong. That's just ego in disguise. Here's the truth that will set you free. All human beings think, it's our nature, but almost all of us think poorly, biasedly, and distortedly. From the day we are born, culture, family, religion, media, and society pour their assumptions into our brains. If you grew up in Hanoi, you might unconsciously believe Hanoi's pho or bún chả is the best in the world. If you studied abroad, you get defensive when someone criticizes your home country. These are examples of sociocentric and egocentric biases that happen automatically, beneath conscious awareness. Critical thinking is the art and science of taking conscious control of your own mind so that you can think fairer, clearer, deeper, and more accurately. It is first and foremost self-critical thinking. Yes, You heard that right. The primary target of critical thinking is not other people. It is you. You can argue with others all day long, but if you cannot examine your own beliefs with the same rigor, you're not doing critical thinking. You're just having an ego fight. Paul and Elder divide human thinking into 3 levels. See if you recognize yourself. Level 1, unreflective thinker. Most people live here. We have no idea we are biased. We think our opinions are obviously true. We judge by intuition and emotion. Example: of course I have the right to yell at my employees when they make mistakes. I pay them. Or, that person dresses like that way, so they must be shady. Most of humanity operates at this level. Level 2, challenge thinker, beginning thinker. We become aware something is wrong. We realize we have biases, but we only examine them selectively. We love to point out flaws in others' logic while excusing our own contradictions. We use double standards, one set of rules for the world, a completely different and much looser set for ourselves. Level 3, practicing, advanced, master thinker, very rare. At the highest level, we make self-examination a daily habit. We actively look at our own inconsistencies, prejudices, and blind spots. When we are wrong, we admit it publicly. When we are right, we still invite disagreement because we know truth emerges from fair-minded scrutiny. This is the only level where genuine critical thinking lives. The core of critical thinking is intellectual fairness. Without fairness, the scale either tips completely toward others, you become a mindless follower, or completely toward yourself, you become a manipulative narcissist. Neither path leads to truth, wisdom, or lasting happiness. Part 2, why bother developing critical thinking? The highest value that almost no one talks about. You've probably heard the usual benefits: better decisions, higher income, creativity, avoiding scams, etc. Those are all real, but they are external benefits. Paul and Elder go much deeper. They ask, what is the internal ultimate value of critical thinking? The answer will shake you. The highest purpose of critical thinking is to free yourself from the 2 massive irrationalities that cause almost all human suffering. Irrationality number 1, egocentrism, making yourself the center of the universe. We naturally justify anything that benefits us and rationalize anything that harms others. I skimmed a little money from the company because my kid is sick and I'm struggling. The authors distinguish 2 types. The unsuccessful egocentrist, always complaining, blaming the world, playing victim, afraid to take risks because life is unfair to me. The successful egocentrist, the ruthless boss, the manipulative politician, the billionaire who steps on everyone to win. They justify cruelty by saying, and that's just how the real world works. If you're not a wolf, you'll be eaten. Both types suffer deeply because one day someone stronger will come along and devour them. True critical thinking dismantles the ego. When you stop needing to be right, when you stop needing to win, when you stop needing to look good, you become free. Socrates, when sentenced to death by drinking poison, smiled and said, "I would rather die than violate the laws I believe in." He had transcended ego so completely that even death lost its sting. Irrationality number 2, sociocentrism, making your group the center of the universe. My country is always right. My religion is the only true one. My culture's customs are superior. The horrifying example in the book, a young woman in Jordan was killed by her own family for the crime of divorcing twice and dishonoring the family name. When reporters asked the family how they felt, they said, "Finally, we can hold our heads high again." That is sociocentrism at its most murderous extreme. Every genocide, every holy war, every honor killing, every online mob canceling, someone began with sociocentric thinking. Our group is special. Therefore, we are justified in harming outsiders. Critical thinking is the only vaccine against both egocentrism and sociocentrism. When you practice it long enough, you reach a state the authors call fair-minded critical thinking, the closest a human being can get to enlightenment while still walking on Earth. And here's the line that stopped me in my tracks. Every negative emotion you have ever felt, anger, resentment, anxiety, depression, is caused by the quality of your thinking in that moment. Not by what happened, by how you thought about what happened. Part 3, how to elevate your thinking. The 7 intellectual virtues you must cultivate. Knowing the theory is useless if you don't practice. Paul and Elder give us 7 intellectual virtues that turn theory into daily muscle. 1. Intellectual humility. Admit the limits of your knowledge. Socrates' famous line, "I know that I know nothing." The opposite is intellectual arrogance. I already know everything I need to know. Why read another book? Humility is the doorway to growth. 2. Intellectual courage. Be willing to question beliefs you hold dear, even if it makes you uncomfortable or unpopular. The opposite is intellectual cowardice. Staying silent in class or at work because I don't want to look stupid. 3. Intellectual empathy. Enter the mind of someone who disagrees with you and reconstruct their viewpoint as strongly as possible before you critique it. This is incredibly hard, but incredibly powerful. 4. Intellectual integrity. Hold yourself to the same rigorous standards you demand of others. No double standards. If it's wrong for them, it's wrong for you. 5. Intellectual perseverance. Keep thinking even when your brain wants to quit because the issue is complex and exhausting. Laziness is the enemy of truth. 6. Faith and reason. Trust that human problems can be solved with good reasoning and goodwill, not emotion, violence, or manipulation. 7. Intellectual autonomy. Think for yourself, read widely, think deeply, and never outsource your mind to influencers, celebrities, or even authors, including Paul and Elder. Autonomy is the ultimate goal. Part 4, the 9. Universal intellectual standards, your daily checklist for fair-minded thinking. Whenever you think, speak, write, or listen, run your thinking through these 9 standards. They are the only way to guarantee fairness. Clarity. Could you elaborate? Give an example. Accuracy. Is this verifiable? How do we know it's true? Precision. Could you be more specific? Relevance. How is this connected to the issue? Depth. What are the complexities and difficulties here? Breadth. Do we need to consider another viewpoint? Logic. Does this make sense? Do the pieces fit together? Significance. What is most important here? Fairness. Am I being fair to all viewpoints, including those I dislike? Print this list, put it on your phone wallpaper. Tattoo it on your soul. These 9 questions are the scalpel that cuts away irrationality. Final message. Why this book matters more than ever. We live in the age of rage clicks, viral outrage, keyboard warriors, and cancel culture. One hot news story drops and suddenly thousands of people are screaming past each other, each convinced they are right and the other side is evil. Most of those comments are pure emotion, zero critical thinking. When we abandon critical thinking, society becomes a battlefield of egos and tribes. People get doxxed, shamed, or even physically harmed because of a tweet taken out of context. We've all seen it. But when you cultivate critical thinking, something magical happens. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop adding fuel to the fire and start becoming the calm voice of reason. You become the person who can look at a homeless man lying on the street and not automatically think, lazy drug addict, but instead ask, what series of events led this human being here and how can I help? That shift, from judgment to curiosity, from ego to fairness, is the difference between a painful world and a healing world. Richard Paul and Linda Elder end the book with a reading list that spans 2,500 years of human wisdom. Plato, Aristotle, Epictetus, Montaigne, Kant, Mill, and many more. Their point is simple. If you only read modern books, or books from the last 50 years, or only books from your own culture, your mind will stay trapped inside the current cultural bubble. The antidote is to read widely across centuries and deep across time. So here's my challenge to you today. 1. Pick one belief you hold dearly and spend 1 week trying to prove it wrong. 2. Pick one person you disagree with and write a 500-word defense of their position as strongly as you can. 3. Run every important decision this week through the 9 intellectual standards. Do those 3 things and you will feel your mind expand in real time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying with me until the very last word. If this message touched you, please share this video with someone who needs more clarity, more fairness, and more peace in their life. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's keep upgrading ourselves together, one powerful book at a time. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, think well, love well, live well. You've got this. Viet Lai Duan Van Ne Van Chi Tiet Hun.